Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of acknowledging all our distinguished dignitaries in the House and senior representatives of the Federal Mortgage Bank in the room. I want to say this, that your presence is highly appreciated. I'd like to start by acknowledging the presence of Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, the Chairman, CEO of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NiDCOM. You're welcome, ma. And of course, the Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi. You're welcome, sir. And we have in our midst our special guest of honor, the Honorable Minister of Housing and Development, retired Honorable Right Honorable Yusuf Atta, I beg your pardon, sir. And also we have the Chairman of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK, Kanuk, Dr. Ili Maisanda. And also the Chairman of NIDO Europe. Please welcome Honorable Chibuzo. Honorable Chibuzo, where are you? We have Sir Chibuzo Boche. And we have Lady Jane Ezolu, the Vice Chairman of NIDO South UK, in our midst as well. We'll just take a short break and we'll be back. you all for your patience. Good evening once again. My sincere apologies for the breach of... my name is Donyola. I'm going to be your facilitator and MC this evening. I want to once again welcome every distinguished guest in this room tonight. And I'd like to start by recognizing the presence of the Honorable Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, the Right Honorable Yusuf Abdullahi Atta. Also the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Shuaib Belgore, OOM. You're welcome, sir. And the Chairman, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa. Also recognizing the Executive Director, Loan Mortgage Services, Dr. Muhammad Sani Abdul. Okay, my apologies once again. I'm sure tonight is all about apologies, but we'll get there in the end. We'll get there in the end. Okay, I'd like to also, my apologies, sir, recognize the presence of the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi. You're welcome, sir. So I believe that will be all for the acknowledgements for the moment. We'll continue later because we have to get the program started. Our time is fast spent. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this very important and timely engagement organized by the Federal Mortgage Bank. And the name of the product that's been launched today is the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Diaspora Mortgage Loan London branch. Do they get a round of applause, please? This is in collaboration with Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NiDCOM. So today's conversation is not the regular. It's about something that matters deeply to many of us I'm a diasporan, to many of us in the diaspora. And it's actually an opportunity to own a home in Nigeria. For many in the diaspora, owning property back home is more than just an investment. It represents a connection to our roots, a sense of belonging, and an opportunity to build something lasting for ourselves and our families back home. But we all know that buying property from here is a hurdle. It's a big task. So many people have been scammed. There's so many stories, to tell when it comes to buying properties at home back in Nigeria. So this is why the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, they've taken it upon themselves to create this opportunity for diasporans who wants to buy property from here, and of course, to raise all your concerns about financing, eligibility, documentation, transparency, affordability, and confidence in the process. So tonight we're here to understand what opportunities are available, who qualifies, and how the mortgage process works, and the financial requirements, what they are, and most importantly, how Nigerians in the diaspora can confidently take that bold step towards home ownership in Nigeria. So I encourage everyone to sit back, relax, listen, ask questions, and take advantage of the opportunity to get clarity directly from the experts. I'd like to recognize His Excellency, the Nigerian High Commission to the United Kingdom, His Excellency, Ambassador Amin Dalhati. You're welcome, sir. Once again, I want to welcome you all. So, let's begin this very important conversation on opening doors to home ownership in Nigeria for Nigerians in the diaspora. Thank you very much, and would like to start this occasion by the recitation of the Nigerian national anthem. Can we be upstanding, please? May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please be seated. So I'm just going to do a quick housekeeping. If you need to use the restrooms, please, it's through the double doors the second double doors, and to your right you have the gents and the ladies. And a quick rundown of the program. We're going to have opening remarks by the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. And we're going to also have the welcome remark, first and foremost, by His Excellency, Ambassador Amin Dalhatu, and goodwill messages by the DG NiDCOM, CBN, and the representative of the Nigerian diaspora community. And also remarks by the special guest of honor, the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development. And the main reason why we're here, the presentation of the FDML eligibility benefit features and application process. And the official launch, interactive session, vote of thanks, group photographs, networking, and refreshment. So, I'd like to call on His Excellency, the Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Amin Dalhatu, to give his welcome remarks. A round of applause, please. You're welcome.
The Honorable Minister of Works and Housing and Urban Development, the Chairman, Nigeria Diaspora Commission, Managing Director, Federal Mortgage Bank, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It gives me great pleasure to send the hopeful you have some selfish reason for so doing. I am the most qualified person to get loan approved. I live in the UK, right? So that makes me part of the diaspora. And I need a house back home. And I am. What more can you ask for? Let me commend the great idea of holding to own homes back home. It is indeed an idea which I support, because we have had many consular issues regarding diaspora trying to build a house back home, and the money gets spent by someone else for other reasons. With this arrangement, I believe it is more secure, and it's for you to make the repayment terms as generous as possible, because the earning capacity is what the foremost. To the best of my knowledge, the lending mortgage bank stands at 50 million naira. I don't know if it's still the case, and if it is, I will appeal for an upward review, because you can't build anything meaningful with 15 million naira these days. We will pass the word round to the diaspora community to come forward and partake in this wonderful opportunity, and I commend the management for coming up with this brilliant idea, and our commendable chairman of the diaspora who makes this event possible this evening. I thank you very much and wish you successful deliberations, and I'm glad the chairman of the CANNUC, which is the umbrella organization for the diaspora in the UK, is here and will pass the word around. For your information, there are at least 290,000 Nigerians is according to the census figures. The figure may be more, but let us restrict ourselves to the official figure. And these people are gainfully employed, and they pay their taxes here. They spend in the local economy, and they make remittances home. As you are aware, diaspora remittances is now the largest foreign exchange earner for our country. And I'm happy and proud to say that the diaspora in the UK are the top contributors to the remittances. So that would suggest to me that if and when you give someone a loan here, your money is safe, because the ability to repay is already there. Thank you very much, and I wish you every success.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Amin Dalhatu. Another round of applause for him, please. Another round of applause for His Excellency. Before I invite the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to give his opening remarks, we're going to play a video to tell us all about him. 33 years.
A home is more than shelter. It is security, dignity, and opportunity. And for millions of Nigerians, it is the foundation upon which futures are built. At the center of this national mission stands the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, an institution committed to expanding affordable home ownership across the nation. And leading this transformation is a man whose story is deeply connected to the institution he now serves. A banker, a reformer, an institution builder. Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi. Born on the 10th of May 1965 in Shafak Abaka, Toto local government area of Nasarawa State, Mr. Osidi built a life founded on discipline, excellence, and service. He holds a master's degree in business administration from Bayero University, Kano. Over a distinguished career spanning more than 3 decades, he has built an impressive reputation in banking, finance, and public service. From Lion Bank to Diamond Bank, Intercontinental Bank, Afribank, and ultimately the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, his professional journey has been defined by innovation, integrity, and leadership. In April 2010, he joined the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria as an assistant general manager. Over the next 13 years, he rose steadily through the ranks, earning the trust of colleagues, stakeholders, and industry leaders alike. He voluntarily retired from the bank in September 2023, following his appointment as Chief of Staff to the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Then, in February 2024, Mr. Osidi became the first career staff member ever appointed Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Since assuming office, Mr. Osidi has embarked on an ambitious reform agenda anchored on 4 strategic priorities: financial sustainability, customer impact, operational efficiency, and institutional renewal. The results have been remarkable. National Housing Fund collections grew from 100 billion in 2023 to a historic 152.4 billion naira in 2025, the highest ever recorded in the history of the scheme. To support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope housing agenda, the bank provided a taker's guarantee to accelerate housing delivery nationwide. Over 300,000 new contributors joined the National Housing Fund within 2 years, deepening participation and expanding opportunities for more Nigerians. Housing delivery accelerated significantly. Project financing doubled, 39.7 billion in 2023 to over 79 billion naira in 2025. The bank is financing delivery of over 6,911 housing units. Individual mortgage disbursements increased to 8.2 billion naira. Home renovation loans expanded to 13.8 billion naira, benefiting more than 15,000 Nigerians. But behind every number is something far more important. A family, a dream fulfilled, a future secured, and a renewed promise to Nigerians. Today, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is playing an even greater role in supporting Nigeria's housing transformation. Mr. Osidi is an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, a full member of the Nigerian Institute of Management, a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, a fellow of the Institute of Credit Administration, and a fellow of the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria. He is also an alumnus of the prestigious Harvard Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University, Boston, USA, and the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, USA. His story is one of service, his leadership is one of transformation, and his mission is clear: to make affordable home ownership a reality for millions of Nigerians. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join us in warmly welcoming Mr. Sheikh Usman Osidi, FCIB, FICA, FCNA, Managing Director, Chief Executive, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
The High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Aminu Dalatu, the Honorable Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, Right Honorable Yusuf Atta, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Shuaibu Belgore, members of the board and the executive management of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, representatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Chairman, CEO of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, my sister, Honorable Dr. Adike Dabi Erewa, representatives of international money transfer organizations, members of the Nigerian diaspora community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
It gives me pleasure to address you this evening on behalf of the board and staff of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. And so it is with profound pleasure and a deep sense of fulfillment that I welcome you all to the official launch of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Diaspora Mortgage Loan. Today, we are not merely unveiling another mortgage product. We are opening a new chapter in Nigeria's housing finance landscape, a chapter that extends the opportunity of affordable home ownership beyond our borders and strengthens the enduring bond between Nigeria and her citizens across the world. At this juncture, permit me first of all to express our profound gratitude to the federal government of Nigeria under the visionary leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for its unwavering commitment to expanded access to affordable housing and promoting inclusive economic growth through the renewed home housing agenda. Appreciation equally goes to the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, the Nigeria High Commission in the United Kingdom, our development partners, international money transfer operators, financial institutions, and every stakeholder whose collaboration, support, and commitment have made today's launch possible. Permit me to especially acknowledge the exemplary leadership and unwavering support of the Chairman CEO of the Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission, Honorable Dr. Abike W. Erewa, OON. Through her consistent advocacy and commitment to strengthening engagement with Nigerians abroad, NiDCOM has remained an invaluable partner in bringing this initiative to fruition. I must also express our sincere appreciation to the government and people of the United Kingdom for their enduring friendship and the long-standing bilateral relationship between our two countries. The United Kingdom has, over many decades, been home to one of the largest, most accomplished, and most vibrant Nigerian communities anywhere in the world, with Nigerians making significant contributions across the public and private sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are honored to launch this landmark initiative here in London, this venue symbolically represents the millions of Nigerians in Africa, Europe, North America, the Middle East, Asia, and every other part of the world. Accordingly, this launch is not intended solely for Nigerians in the United Kingdom. Rather, it is a global launch for all Nigerians in the diaspora, wherever they may reside, reaffirming that distance is not a barrier. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, many of you may recall that this launch was initially expected to have taken place much earlier. Indeed, the bank had hoped to unveil this product long before now. However, we made a deliberate decision not to rush the process. Housing finance is built on confidence. For Nigerians living thousands of miles away from home, that confidence must be underpinned by transparency, robust governance, operational efficiency, and effective risk management. Accordingly, we undertook extensive consultations with stakeholders like NiDCOM, CBN, financial institutions, technology partners, and international money transfer operators to ensure that every critical operational, regulatory, and institutional gap was addressed before bringing this product to the market. We chose to delay the launch rather than introduce a product that will not fully meet the expectations of Nigerians abroad. Today, I am pleased to state that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is presenting a mortgage solution that has been carefully designed to meet the highest standards of professionalism, accountability, and service delivery. While I will not dwell on the technical features of this product, at this stage, let me assure you all that every aspect of the Diaspora NHM Mortgage Loan has been thoughtfully developed to make homeownership in Nigeria more accessible, transparent, secure, and convenient for eligible Nigerians living overseas. The detailed features, operational framework, eligibility requirements, and application process will be comprehensively presented later in the course of this event through a presentation that we will make. I therefore encourage everyone to pay close attention to that presentation, where every question regarding the product will be fully addressed. The product builds on our long-standing reputation as the provider of the most affordable mortgage financing in Nigeria, offering the lowest interest rates in the mortgage market, thereby making homeownership more accessible to ordinary Nigerians. In keeping with our commitment to financial inclusion and the diverse needs of our citizens, the bank also offers a fully compliant non-interest mortgage product, providing ethical and alternative financing options for Nigerians who prefer non-interest financing solutions. Together, these products underscore our determination to ensure that every eligible Nigerian can access a mortgage solution that best meets his or her financial circumstances and personal convictions. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, since the inauguration of the current executive Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in February 2024, we have embarked on an ambitious program of institutional transformation and aimed at repositioning the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria as a modern, efficient, and customer-focused housing finance institution. Today, the results are already evident. Between February 2024 and now, thousands of Nigerians have benefited across Nigeria under various housing finance programs, while the bank continues to implement reforms aimed at improving operational efficiency, enhancing transparency, strengthening corporate governance, and delivering better customer experience. The achievements we have recorded demonstrate one fundamental fact, that our commitment to addressing Nigeria's housing needs remains unwavering. It is against this background that some may legitimately ask, why launch a product for Nigerians in the diaspora when many Nigerians at home are still seeking greater access to affordable housing finance? The answer to this question is straightforward. This initiative is not a diversion from our core mandate. It is an expansion of it. Nigeria's housing deficit cannot be addressed by relying solely on domestic resources. It requires the mobilization of every available source of capital and investment capable of stimulating housing development and expanding mortgage financing. Nigerians in the diaspora remain an integral part of every year. They contribute billions of dollars in remittances, support countless families, invest in businesses, and play a significant role in national development. Many also aspire to own homes in Nigeria, but have often lacked a credible, transparent, and institutional framework through which to realize that aspiration. Many have had bitter experiences and lost a lot of money in trying to acquire property at home in their previous attempts to achieve this objective. The FMBN Diaspora NHM Mortgage Loan has now come to fill that gap. Thus, rather than competing with housing finance for Nigerians at home, it expands our existing programs by attracting additional long-term investment into Nigeria's housing sector. It is expected to stimulate residential construction, support developers, create employment across the building value chain, mortgage penetration, encourage formal housing transactions, and strengthen confidence in Nigeria's mortgage system. Beyond these direct benefits, the initiative is expected to increase foreign exchange inflows into the country and provide an additional source of sustainable funding for housing development. In so, it contributes to the expansion of housing supply, supports economic growth, and ultimately benefits all Nigerians. This is therefore not merely a diaspora product. It is a national housing finance strategy under the Renewed Hope Housing Agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, and is designed to leverage the enormous potential for Nigerians abroad for the benefit of the entire country. Distinguished guests Ladies and gentlemen, at the Federal Mortgage Bank of we understand that trust cannot be demanded, it must be earned. We therefore commit ourselves to administering this product with the highest standards of integrity, transparency, professionalism, and accountability. We shall continue to leverage technology, strengthen customer support, improve service delivery, and ensure that every eligible Nigerian in the diaspora enjoys a mortgage experience comparable with global best practices. Our ultimate objective is to ensure that distance is no longer a barrier to home ownership, investment, and participation in Nigeria's housing sector. Ladies and gentlemen, one other central objective of today's launch is to strengthen the connection between Nigeria and her global citizens. It is aimed at giving Nigerians abroad a secure pathway to invest in their homeland, build lasting wealth, prepare for retirement at home, and contribute meaningfully to national development. As we formally launch the FMBN Diaspora Mortgage Loan today, we invite Nigerians across the world to embrace this opportunity with confidence. We must work together to deepen mortgage financing in Nigeria, expand affordable housing delivery, create jobs, strengthen our economy, and build thriving communities for generations to come. Once again, I warmly welcome you all to this historic occasion and thank you most sincerely for your presence and your enduring commitment to our country, Nigeria. God bless FMBN. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, sir. Please let's appreciate the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria one more time, Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi. I'll run through a few acknowledgements. I'd like to recognize the Chairman of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK, Dr. Ili Maisanda. The Chairman of NIDO Europe, Sir Chibuzo Ubochi. And representing the Chairman is the Vice Chairman of NIDO UK South, Honorable Lady Jane Ezolu. I'd also like to recognize the presence of Councillor Nike Fakoya, the Mayor of Hatfield. You're welcome. To give a goodwill message, it's a mother that is someone that we all call Mama Diaspora, a passionate advocate for Nigerians in the diaspora, long before diaspora engagement became a national priority. She's dedicated her career to public service and has amplified the voices of Nigerians around the world. With over 3 decades of experience as a broadcaster and three terms in Nigeria's House of Representatives, she now leads the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, an institution she played a pivotal role in establishing and shaping from its earliest days. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a resounding round of applause for the Chairman and CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Gabi Erewa.
Joey, thank you very much for that and great job you always do.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks in the UK. You see, the #1 diaspora ambassador, I had to thank you so much for being here today, sir. Thank you for your leadership. We appreciate you. Honorable Minister, sir, we thank you very much for all the support this program has received from your ministry. Permanent Secretary, good evening. My brother, MD, clap for him again now. Without him and all the work, we won't be here today. Thank you so much. I know that it's been a lot of work, but I thank God that we are here today after many years of thoroughness. Honorable Abdul, thank you very much. My colleague in Parliament, now ED in the Federal Mortgage Bank. That's the person you should all see. Oh. If anything goes wrong, hold that up. Please stand up, let them see you. Thank you very much. It's been a lot of work harassing you and all that, but again, we thank God for today. Our Kanuk president, thank you very much. NIDO leadership, all of you. Mr. Tayo Shedende, thank you for being here. I pay my respect and congrats to all of you. And of course, Mr. Wale, Mr. Edo, the #1 loan giver in the Now, you have Federal Mortgage Bank to challenge you. Honorable Terra, you're welcome. Oh, if anything goes wrong, hold on, Honorable Terra. Let them see you too. Thank you very much. Well, we've heard it all, but we're glad we're here this evening. So it's my privilege to speak with you today. And for a long time, we've all been asking, how can we own homes in Nigeria without being duped? How can we own homes without coming every 2 weeks? Now the answer is here today. We're here today because of a lot of work done by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. As we have heard from the ambassador, His Excellency, and my brother, is part of President Bola renewed hope agenda. Because you, and he has explained, people will ask, Nigerians at home don't have mortgage anyway. Why should you have? Because you are the 7th region of Nigeria. Yes. So, Nigeria, as the president always says, is, Mr. Lewis, you're welcome, is open for home ownership. So Federal Mortgage Bank have done their bit, we have done our bit, now you do your bit. So we gather here today to launch hope. Hope that every one of you abroad can own a home at home. Is UK your home? Home, at home. Yeah. The Diaspora Mortgage, championed by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, is about investment, belonging, and trust. So we will work with Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria so that you can access this, you see the whole thing safely and properly. And why are we doing this? Again, it's about investment. As His Excellency has said, you remit the highest to Nigeria. Let's clap for UK. So this thing gives you a safe, structured channel to invest that money back home in housing and real estate. Yes, 100 million will not get you the kind of home you want, but it's a beginning. It kickstarts something for you to start. It's also about belonging. A house is not just bricks. It is identity. It is retirement. It's a place you come home to. This can give dignity to the Nigerian abroad, and you deserve all that dignity. It's about trust. So we're working with Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. We have a database. You'll enroll, you see all of that. And we want to ensure transparency, verification, and protection for all of you in the diaspora, all those who apply. So my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, this is your moment. Like I said, FMBN, they've done their part, we have done our part. Now you do your part. Build the house, secure the future, and invest in your country, Nigeria. To Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, thank you for designing this diaspora-friendly product. We pledge to mobilize, sensitize, and verify applicants through our global diaspora network. As Mr. President has said every time, Nigeria is open for business. Today we say Nigeria is also open for home ownership to all of you. Congratulations, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Congratulations to the diaspora, particularly in the UK. This is the launch for the global diaspora network. But why UK? Of course, because it is you, our #1 diaspora. So, we look forward to your investment back home. We look forward to working with you. We look forward to continuous collaboration with you, our diaspora. We appreciate every one of you. And I also appreciate our sister, Ekiti diaspora focal person. You know, every state has a diaspora focal person. So all of you from Ekiti, hold her responsible. Who else is there? Another? Okay. So thank you very much. It's a good event, and we look forward to a very, 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 very successful product launched, introduced by the one and only Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria under your leadership. Congratulations, my brother, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chairman CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa. Always straight to the point, short and sweet. Another round of applause for her, please. So, to give the central bank's perspective on today's launch is a representative from the CBN of Nigeria. Please put your hands together for Mr. Mirabi Ali Baba.
I will not want to do apologies, so I will stand on existing protocols that has already been established. So it is my pleasure to join the management of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, which guests, other stakeholders, launching of the Federal Mortgage Bank Diaspora Mortgage Loan product. The product represents an important step forward towards expanding access to housing finance for Nigerians. It provides an avenue for eligible diaspora Nigerians to participate. In the National Housing Fund Scheme and access mortgage financing for the purchase of construction of residential property in Nigeria. The initiative also has a potential to channel a portion of the Nigeria's significant diaspora remittances into productive housing investments, deepen the mortgage finance market, and support other national objectives of improving home ownership and reducing the housing deficit. Just like the Managing Director stated, the Central Bank of Nigeria, through the Development and Finance Institution Supervision Department, engaged extensively with the bank throughout the product development process. The engagements focused on the product's feasibility, risk management arrangements, credit administration, technology infrastructure, foreclosure and recovery procedures, foreign exchange exposure, and anti-money laundering and combating financing of terrorism. Following its review and submission and subsequent clarification, Nigeria convened its application alignment with bank development mandate and housing objectives. As implementation, it's important that the Federal Mortgage Bank sustain strong governance, transparent, effective customer due diligence, sound credit administration, secure technology, and appropriate consumer protection arrangements. These will be essential to build Nigeria's confidence in the diaspora and ensuring the initiative's long-term sustainability. On behalf of the Central Bank of Nigeria, I congratulate the board and management of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, as well as all stakeholders whose efforts has contributed to the development and launch of this product. We look forward to its implementation and to its contribution towards expanding access to affordable housing finance, home and abroad. Thank you, and I wish the product a successful launch.
Thank you very much, the representative of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Mirabi Ali Baba. Another round of applause for him, please. Thank you. A few more acknowledgements. I'd like to recognize the presence of Dr. Adeola Adeleye Fasuba, the Director General, Ekiti Diaspora Relations. You're welcome. Also, Mrs. Gadamosi. Mrs. Gadamosi, you're welcome, ma'am. Dr. Tayo Shodeide, President, Renewed Hope Ambassadors, UK. Honorable Abdurrahman. Terra. You're welcome. Okay, moving on quickly. My next speaker is someone that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria needs, because he's the one that will actually encourage diasporans on the benefits, highlights the benefits to diasporans. But before I call him, we have two-time Chairman Emeritus in the House of the Central Association Nigerians in the UK, Dr. Boma Douglas, and he's here with his wife as well. You're welcome. Okay. My next speaker is a chartered management accountant and respected community leader. He has dedicated years to advancing the welfare, aspirations, and unity of Nigerians across the United Kingdom. As chairman of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK, he continues to strengthen the bridge between the Nigerian diaspora and the homeland through purposeful leadership, advocacy, and impactful initiatives. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Honorable Dr. Ili Maisanda.
I hope you can all hear me. Good evening. First and foremost, Your Excellency, the High Commissioner of Nigeria to the UK, Ambassador Amin Dalhatu, our Mama Diaspora, as we say, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabri, MD Onaga Kwata of NiDCOM, the Honorable Minister for Housing and Rural Development, the MD CEO Oga Kwata of Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. For the rest, if you don't mind, I'll rest on existing protocol for the sake of time. But I know as I scan around, I might mention a name or two. Especially my chairman of all chairmen of all the NIDO Europe Worldwide, Chief Sir Chibuzo. This occasion is a very memorable one. And it's one that particularly I'm proud of as Kanuk chairman to be part of, as the said, Lady Doyin, Kanuk and all diaspora in the UK are the ultimate clients of this product that Federal Mortgage Bank is unveiling here today. What that means is that because it's for the diaspora, we are in a good position to be able to disseminate the message in a way that our members will understand it clearly, imbibe it fully, and engage ultimately. And I'm very proud as well that you've chosen London or the United Kingdom
to be the first phase. Just like His Excellency said, for obvious reasons. It's not just the colonial ties, but in terms of numbers, these are the places where you find people who are really keen to engage and to invest in properties in Nigeria. We have in Kanuk over 200 associations. Some are cultural, some are regional, some are professional, and you need all of them to be able to reach out to the whole country, as it were. It will surprise you to know that we have a Nigerian community in Northern Ireland as part of Kanuk. Some here today have come all the way from Lincolnshire, which is the far northeast. And I commend them for that because it takes an effort. And it shows how, keen they are to make sure that this launch is a success. I will not be surprised that as soon as His Excellency gets his first, disbursement, many of us will be queuing behind him, sir, with your kind permission. Because it is something that we've all been crying for a long time. Amongst other things, yes, Kanuk helps with welfare issues. We have a voice. We are the voice for Nigerians in diaspora in the UK, amongst other diaspora organizations like NiDCOM. We work hand in hand, by the way. We are not, we are like brothers and sisters and what have you. So anything that pertains to diaspora, we work together to make sure it succeeds. So I can give a personal assurance to the leadership of the Federal Mortgage Bank, and thanks to the underpinning by the central bank, because it's one thing to have a bank, but it's another thing to have the regulatory framework. That is the central bank, and we have the representatives here today to assure us that this is a product that will go a very, very long way. So you have the assurance of Kanuk, and I'm speaking not just for Kanuk, I'm speaking also for all the diaspora organizations, NiDCOM, and I'm sure before you reach Europe, this message will also reach them. Before you reach America, it will also reach them. You have our assurances that we'll make it succeed, and we'll work together, to make sure that it is a resounding success. We are very grateful to the federal government because this is coming ultimately from the federal government. The bank is named the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. And therefore, we have to thank Mr. President for making this possible at this time, and it's very timely and it's overdue. Thank you so much, and we wish you the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ili Masinda, the chairman of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK. Before I call my next speaker, I'd like us to note that the managing director has been closely assisted by other members of the executive management team made up of Mr. Ibidapo Odojukon. Is the executive director, finance and corporate services. Mr. Odojukon, next, Dr. Mohammed Sani Abdul, the executive director, loans and mortgage services. And of course, we have Mrs. Chinaye Adnosike, the executive director, business development, portfolio management. Okay, so next is the remarks by our special guest of honor here today, and that is the Honorable Minister of Housing and Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, and that is the Right Honorable Yusuf A. Atta.
My senior brother, His Excellency Ambassador Amin Al-Hatu. I said my senior brother because his junior brother, Alensho Al-Hatu, may he rest in peace, perfect peace. He has died 2 years ago. Had been my political ally since 1999. So Ambassador is my senior brother directly. Another of my senior brother is the Honorable Abike David. I said she is my senior because I was in House of Assembly in Kano. That is where I earned the right honorable, not retired, as being introduced. So when you have been a speaker or deputy speaker, then you will earn that title, RT, right honorable. So Honorable Ma, you are my senior because you have been in the National Assembly. My permanent secretary, my brother, Dr. Balgori, he has been in the ministry. Maybe we were appointed almost at the same time. He has been leading the ministry very well. So he's my good brother and a friend also. Then I have my directors, even though nobody has introduced them, I need to introduce them myself. I have my director, PRS. Director. Then I have Director of Permanent Secretary's Office. Then I have my special advisor around me, Alaji Kadiru, the present here. I felt I need to introduce them because the ministry has taken the occasion very seriously. That's why we made this encourage to grace the occasion. Then the MD, Federal Mortgage Bank, Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi, has also been very cooperative to the ministry because we are supervising the bank. And his other executives here present. Then the FMBN representatives also. Then we have our other development partners, especially my brother Philip Demola is also a very good partner to the ministry as well as to the bank. So all this interest needs to be introduced first. Then members of the diaspora, members of the press, and ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is both a privilege and an honor to join you today in the great city of London for the official launch of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria National Housing Fund Diaspora Mortgage Loan. This occasion is more than the unveiling of a new financial product. It is a defining moment in our collective journey to strengthen the relationship between Nigeria and her citizens across the globe, and a bold declaration that wherever Nigerians reside, they remain an integral part of our national development story. Allow me to warmly acknowledge the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Federal Mortgage Bank for his visionary leadership in driving this initiative.
I also commend the Nigerians Diaspora Commission, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigerian High Commission in our development partners, other stakeholders, and every member of Nigerian diaspora present here today for your commitment to our country. To our brothers and sisters in diaspora, let me say this with sincerity. Nigeria values you, appreciates you, and believes in you. Across medicine, engineering, finance, law, technology, and other countless other fields. Your remittances, as mentioned by the MD, runs into millions. The remittances support families, educate children, and finance countless housing projects. For this, the federal government remains proudly grateful to you. Distinguished guests, for many Nigerians abroad, owning a home in Nigeria is far more than an investment. It is an enduring emotional connection to home, identity, legacy, belonging, and a lasting gift for future generations. Many have encountered fraudulent transactions, uncompleted projects, unreliable intermediaries, and financing arrangements that failed to inspire confidence. Today, we are changing the narrative, inshallah. The National Housing Fund Diaspora Mortgage Loan represents the federal government commitment to restoring confidence through credible institutions, transparent processes, and a secure financing. It enables Nigerians abroad to register under the National Housing Fund Scheme, complete their Know Your Customer requirements digitally, contribute conveniently from anywhere in the world, and access affordable mortgage loans to purchase or build homes in Nigeria. A product built on accountability, transparency, and trust, and designed around the aspirations of Nigerians in the diaspora. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, housing occupies a strategic position within the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who recognizes that housing is a powerful catalyst for economic growth and national development. A vibrant housing sector stimulates industrial production, creates employment, deepens financial markets, and contributes significantly to economic prosperity. Accordingly, the ministry is pursuing comprehensive reforms in housing supply, mortgage financing, land administration, and a digital innovation. The National Housing Fund Diaspora Mortgage Loan is a significant component of these broader reforms. It demonstrates that government is listening, that government is innovating, and government most importantly, is creating practical solutions that respond directly to the needs of Nigerians wherever they live. Distinguished guests, the federal government of Nigeria has continued to reposition itself as a modern housing finance institution. I commend the bank's management and board for developing this innovative mortgage solution in partnership with NiDCOM. To every Nigerian abroad, I extend a personal invitation. Do not let distance or uncertainty deny you the opportunity of owning a home in your country. Register, contribute, participate, and invest on your home. Become an active stakeholder in Nigerian housing transformation. Your investment goes beyond acquiring property. It stimulates economic activity, creates employment, and support our vision of building stronger and more resilient communities across the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, as we officially launch this initiative today, we recognize that this is only the beginning. The federal government remains committed to strengthening the mortgage system, improving service delivery, embracing technology, and promoting transparency so that every Nigerian, whether resident at home or abroad, can confidently participate in Nigeria's housing market. Our vision is clear: a Nigeria where housing finance is trusted and investment is protected. History often remembers nations not only for the challenges they confronted, but for the bold decisions they took to overcome them. Today, we are connecting Nigerian dreams with Nigerian opportunities and transforming remittances into enduring assets. Building more houses, we are building confidence, prosperity, and stronger bridge between Nigeria and her global citizens. Today's gatherings demonstrate what can be achieved when visionary leadership, strong institutions, and patriotic Nigerians come together in pursuit of a common goal. The Nigerian Housing Fund Diaspora Mortgage Loan represents a new chapter in Nigerians' housing finance journey. I encourage every Nigerian in the diaspora to embrace this opportunity with confidence and to work with us in building stronger families, stronger communities, and a stronger nation. Thank you for your attention. God bless us all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So finally, apart from this opportunity, I think given by the Federal Mortgage Bank, I need to say some few things regarding the ministry, what we have been doing also. This is going to be another opportunity for you, because from what I'm seeing here, apart from getting a house on mortgage, some of you can buy it directly even. So the ministry has some other opportunities, especially my brother Damola is our partner in constructing the renewed hope cities, because we have now 3 projects or programs in the ministry. We have renewed hope estate. This means the government program directly from the budget, the president is funding these projects in about 15 states now. First of all, we have taken 12 from 6 geopolitical zones, 2 from each zone. Now we have ordered another 2, that is Inkwara and Akwa Ibom, making 14. These are funded directly by the president. We have not started selling those ones. Then we have the renewed hope cities, where the ministry is partnering with development partners, private individuals, private companies. Mr. Demola is the chief consultant of that project. We have it in Kano, we have it in Abuja and Lagos. So this one, you can also afford it and you can access it online. And maybe you can contact Mr. Demola in that regards. And there is another project coming of social housing project. That one, Renewed Hope Social Housing Project. That one is also going to be funded 100% by Mr. President, where the ministry is going to build 100 houses in each of the 774 local government of the Federation. About 7,740. The president is going to fund that directly anytime from now. Inshallah, we are going to start that one. And the most interesting part of that one is 30% is going to be given out freely. The president is going to give out that 30% free to the needy, to the displaced, to the disabled, and the rest. So these are another programs which you can also participate in. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, the Right Honorable Yusuf A. Atta. Another round of applause, please, for the Honorable Minister. Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to recognize the presence of the board member of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Honorable Jubril Momo. You're welcome, sir. So, right about now, we're going to go to the reason why we're here. There's going to be a short presentation on the screen, and it tells you all about eligibility, benefits, features, and application process for the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Diaspora Mortgage Loan. Please sit back, relax, and concentrate and enjoy. Thank you.
Every year, millions of Nigerians abroad send billions of dollars back home. These remittances support families, educate children, build communities, create businesses, and strengthen our economy. Yet for many, owning a home in Nigeria remains difficult. Distance, documentation, access to finance, trust, complex processes. These challenges have delayed dreams for far too long. Today, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria introduces a new pathway. A pathway designed specifically for Nigerians living abroad. A mortgage solution built on transparency, accessibility, technology, and trust. Welcome to the FMBN Diaspora Mortgage product. Getting started is simple. Visit the FMBN website, register online, complete your verification through NiDCOM. Everything begins digitally. Using FMBN's secure electronic collection platform, you contribute from anywhere in the world. Track every payment, monitor your eligibility. Everything is transparent. Everything is secure. The more you contribute, the faster you qualify. Contribute conveniently in dollars. Access your mortgage in Naira. Simple, secure, reliable. Should you choose to exit the scheme, your contributions are refunded in Naira using the prevailing central bank exchange rate plus 2% annual interest. Affordable financing remains at the heart of this product. Just 9% annual interest, designed specifically to make home ownership easier. Every mortgage is protected by insurance because your family's future matters. Every journey begins with one step. Register, contribute, apply, receive approval, become a home owner. It's that simple. Whether you live in London, New York, Toronto, Dubai, or anywhere else in the world, Nigeria is always within reach. Now, so is your home. Home is more than a building. It is identity. It is security. It is legacy. It is belonging. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria invites every Nigerian in the diaspora to invest not only in property, but in the future of our nation. Your journey home starts today.
I believe that video says it all. I believe the video says it all. I'll need for this session, I'll need the ushers to pass the microphone around the hall because we're going into the question and answer session. I believe most of us here, we have questions that we want to ask regarding the launch today, which is the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Diaspora Mortgage Loan London launch. So, the executives of the bank, the MD is here, right here to answer your questions. Mr. Lewis would like to go first. If you pass the microphone over to him, please. And of course, I'd need another one for the executives of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
I'll stand on existing protocol. The name is Bolaji Lewis, coordinator for Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, which is in collaboration with NiDCOM, always in Abuja in November. My question, we've listened, watched, currencies Naira and dollar. For those that transact in sterling, that means we're going to suffer some charges. How are we going to take care of that? My second question is Federal Ministry of Housing. How are you collaborating with FHA? Are they also in synergy with because you said about the renewed home scheme, but what about the FHA? Do we have it in synergy? Can we buy FHA homes as well under FBN mortgages? Thank you.
Good evening to everyone, Honorable Minister and His Excellency, the High Commissioner. I stand on every other existing protocol. My name is Odiana Matthew. I've got a question. I don't know who's going to take that question, but this is regarding, there are two questions. The first one is that we had this thing before. I remember during the time of President Olusegun Obasanjo. I remember speaking with, I think, Mr. Beaton. He was the MD then. They also came during that period. I remember those who were, builders, the developers who built houses. But many of us were unable to access this loan at that time. So what has happened? Are we saying that this will not repeat itself? Because a lot of us tried during that time to access the loan. The difficulty was just too much. It just didn't make sense. Some of us had to pull up. Okay, that's one. The secondly, because why I'm asking that is because of continuity in government. Are we seeing, even when President Bola Tinubu leave, this will be sustainable? We really want to know that, because those of us in diaspora, we go home every, so we don't want a situation whereby our money is hooked and we can't get it out. And secondly, another question I'd like to know, the private developers, are we able to use this scheme to assess if we don't want to buy from FHA or whatever you are offering, but we want to just buy from private people? Will this scheme work with them if they're registered with you? Thank you.
Before you answer, sorry, the Managing Director, I'd like to say, please, let's restrict it to just one question per individual, per guest. We have a help desk out there if you have further questions. And also, you can send your messages to diaspora@fmbn.gov.ng. You can walk up to me and I'll give it to you. So please, because our time is fast spent, so there's a time factor involved in all of this. So we're only going to be able to take just one more question after we take the Managing Director's response. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for those questions. The first one is whether you are going to suffer some charges because the product is going to, the contribution is denominated in dollar. I'm sure you appreciate why the bank had to choose a currency, because if you decide to choose every currency, we have Nigerians all over the world, and so it will be very difficult to manage. However, I do not think that we will be suffering any charges because you are converting to dollar. But like I said, we need to have uniformity in the way and manner in which we run this product. So I think even if you have to suffer any charge, it will be negligible. But I don't think we have any charge to suffer because you are paying in dollar. The second thing is, I think the second question has to do with whether FHA houses can also be accommodated within the scheme. The answer is yes. However, like I said, what we are starting with is the contribution element. We do not want Nigerians in the diaspora to start paying money to any developers. We are not going to be funding houses under construction. We are being very, very careful about and deliberate about this product. We know what Nigerians in the diaspora have suffered. We will be financing mortgages for houses that are completed and standing. So for FHA houses, FHA is it's a sister agency under the Ministry of Housing, so we work together. So the arrangement will be such that FHA or any other developer for that matter that wants to participate in the NHF Diaspora scheme will have to first build the houses and onboard those houses on our platform. So you will then access the platform, choose the house you want, and then you can apply for the loan. But like I mentioned, that will be after the contribution minimum contribution period. Thank you very much. And why do we need the minimum contribution period? One of the reasons is like we want to be able to profile the contributions and determine your ability to service a regular mortgage. If you're able to make a monthly payment over 1 year, it then shows us that you can then conveniently service a mortgage. Thank you. All right. Yeah, for 1 year. And then, then the next question is about whether this program was attempted by, the name of the MD you mentioned tells me that that was Bank of Industry. That was not FMBN. Yeah, so this product, I can assure you, there's going to be continuity. Let me mention that we have spent 10 years working on this product because we wanted to deliberately be very careful. Those, some of you in the diaspora that we have interacted with will bear witness that we have been talking about this product for about 10 years. So I want to assure you that there's no fear about continuity at all. This product has been carefully developed, and implementation is going to be seamless, inshallah. Then whether the private developers will also be involved, like I mentioned before, after the minimum contribution period, we will accredit developers, display accredited and approved developers that can participate in the scheme on our website. So anybody not on the website cannot participate. The same goes for the primary mortgage banks. We will also profile and accredit specific primary mortgage banks that can package the mortgage loans. So like I mentioned, we have thought about every challenge that we believe Nigerians in the diaspora has suffered before and want to address those gaps. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, so thank you very much. There's also another important question that I need to address. The Nigerian High Commissioner to the UK had mentioned whether the maximum loan amount is 15 million. That was then actually, when the National Housing Fund scheme started, the maximum loan amount was 15 million. But this has now been reviewed locally to 50 million and for the diaspora to 100 million. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. We're going to take just one more question. Oh, His Excellency. This is better. So would you, okay, His Excellency's one would not be counted. Okay, please let me just hand the microphone over to His Excellency, and I'll come to you, please. I'll come to you in a minute. I'll come to you in a minute, please.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My question is to do with the minimum of contributions. Supposing I come into inheritance and I have so much money I want towards owning a house, then you can fast track me to, or I have to do the mandatory 1 year contribution before. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Oh, I should take the second one.
Thank you very much. I would stand on existing protocol. My name is Babafemi Mark Olufeison. I just want to say thank you to NiDCOM chairman. Again, I know she holds two titles to herself, apart from the NiDCOM. She's also the directorate of the Renewed Hope Ambassador in the diaspora. I work for Goldman Sachs, Financial Crime Global Compliance. My question, sir, is based on the contribution, which is in dollars. Again, I know the maximum has increased to 100 million. What is you guys take as regards to the exchange rate and devaluation over that 12-month period when we remit money and within 12-month period there's a devaluation? How do you handle that? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I want to address your question, sir. So, you know, the concept of mortgage presupposes that you have no money to pay for a house outright. So if you have money to pay, you don't need a mortgage. So, the truth is we need to have that minimum contribution period. Like I mentioned earlier, we are able to assess the discipline with which you can service a mortgage if you are able to service a regular monthly contribution for at least 1 year. So it's a banking, let me say it's a technical that we are able to determine the characteristics of the contributors, who can service a mortgage, who cannot, how regularly can you be disciplined to honor your monthly obligation, because mortgage is a long-term investment or long-term relationship. So we consider that mandatory period, that period of contribution as mandatory. And then you asked the question as to what are we going to do about devaluation? Well, we don't claim to have the solution to every problem. Every business comes with risk, part of which is the devaluation that happens in economies. I don't think we have any solution to that in terms of what do we do about your monthly contribution if we cannot stop inflation in the country. But I think that it is better you commit to a contribution where you pay $100 in a month, and in 1 year, for example, you contribute 1,200, and it is a qualifying criterion that qualifies you to apply for a loan of up to 100 million naira. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, am I allowed to take further questions, or we round it up? Okay. All right. This brings us my apologies, my sincere apologies This brings us to the end of the question and answer session in this room. But at the reception over there are members of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria right out there to answer your questions. There's a gentleman back there, all kitted up in their uniform, and of course the ladies at the reception. Please just walk up to the help desk and they'll answer all your questions. If we decide to take every question in this room, we're going to be here till like day after tomorrow, and we still have a bit to cover on the program. So please bear with us. Also, you can go to the website, send your questions to diaspora@fmbn.gov.ng, and they'll answer your questions. I know there's a lot that even I have questions, but okay, we need to take remarks from the President, Mortgage Bankers Association of Nigeria. Please put your hands together for Mr. Olowo Okere.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mahenti. I would like to point out two things. Someone asked a question of whether this program this time around is genuine. I would say I've been in the mortgage banking sector for some time, and we've witnessed a different management. We say this is the first time where we are seeing a management that is quite as efficient when it comes to processing NHF loans. You know, mortgage banks process your loans on your behalf for NHF. Before, it takes 2-3 years, people get tired. But with this new management, a lot of things have changed. So when they say they are going to get something done, please believe them that it's going to be possible. They came with the 50 million to implement it. People thought it was still 15 million. And now they are promising 100 million. Please believe them. Secondly, I also want to make a point that if favors with Naira devaluation, that means your money has more Naira value over there. Your mortgage is going to be, your repayment is in Naira. You are not carrying any risk on mortgage repayment. But your contribution to any fund, which is when there is devaluation, the Naira value increases. Except there's appreciation. That is when it goes the other way. So there's nothing to fear. So we'd like to encourage you all, please, let us latch on to this opportunity. And by the grace of God, when next year, everybody sitting here will be a house owner in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olowo Okere. We have one of the biggest property developers in Nigeria in our midst. I just want to quickly recognize the presence of Dr. Ned Okonkwo. Okay, Dr. Abdul too would like to say a few words.
Regarding the devaluation, my name is Dr. Mohammed Sani Abdul, Executive Director in charge of. A lot of you will come to me, whether through the computer or paper or even faces. I will give you the loan, I will give you the houses. However, the point I'm trying to make here is that, you know, foreign exchange inflow into the country stabilizes our economy and it reduces the fluctuations in our naira. It stabilizes. So you are underpinning a whole economy that will be very stable, respected. It will change the balance of payment. It will also increase our foreign reserve, which makes us more credible in the Committee of Nations. And I think this point is very important that as a maker. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Quickly, I'd like to recognize Councillor Shadia Eti in the room. You're welcome, ma. And Sam Onibanjo, you're welcome. Where's Sam? You're welcome, Sam. And of course, Mr. Edu. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. All right, we're going to the main item of the day as well. The reason why we're all here. The reason so many people are communicating with me, you know, behind there, yeah. No, we've closed it. We can't do that anymore, sir. We said, MD, you want to take 2 more questions? Sir? Okay, the MD has spoken. Let me take this man first and I'll come to you, sir, because this man's hand has been up for a bit.
So, there are 2 questions, I'm sorry.
No, please, just do one. Are you Oliver Twist?
Huh?
Just do one, please.
So, my question has to do with, someone had mentioned, aside from the actual provision of the houses to buy, someone had mentioned that, say for instance, you had land available in Nigeria, that there's also a product where you can be given a loan to build. Is that, I wanted to ask if that's a thing. I was speaking to someone out there and they said.
The MD will answer your question. Can you have the microphone? Should I take the second one? Okay.
Thank you very much. This is a question. This is actually a question to NiDCOM and the leaders of various communities. This product is actually. Let's be very realistic with ourselves. So it is imperative to encourage NiDCOM down to the leaders of communities. I'm looking at most of us here, yeah? So please. Oh yes. Let's get it and get it right. And get it very right. So that's the point we made.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Let me say in all humility that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is one bank that tries to meet you at the point of your need. We try to service different segments of the market. In fact, Chief Oba that just spoke had in Diaspora a cooperative society in Lagos, and they have been able to access a loan for houses designed by their members, costed by their members, and they are going to build by themselves. That we do. So, to your question as to whether we also offer individual construction loans, yes, we have a product for individual construction loans where any individual who has land with good title can actually design the kind of house he wants to build by himself, cost the house, and then we'll also offer construction loan in tranches for the individual to build the house all by himself. But that product is not yet available for the diaspora. Except you key into the NHF, the local NHF scheme, then you can access that loan and build. We have a couple of individuals in the diaspora before the launch of this product who decided to be making contributions back in Nigeria in Naira, and they can access actually loans to build houses by them. So that's what it is. Thank you very much.
And that brings us to the end. Well, we need to go to the lunch, I'm sorry. Sir, ma? Okay, ma.
Well, thank you very much. You just touched on a major problem with associations. They never have youth. You know, I've been telling you, but however, we have a special youth summit, strings program. So his profession is being disseminated to all of, and I see some young people in the room. I'm sure you'll be the first to buy.
I'm told to round up this session. I'm afraid. My sincere apologies. Yeah? All right, so we're going to the lunch. Yes, outside there. There's a table there for questions. Do you have a rep in London, sir? They'll put the information there at the help desk. And after the family, okay. Okay. Now to the reason why we're here, the official launch of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Diaspora Mortgage Loan London launch. Now there's going to be a bit of fireworks, of sparklers. We don't want people running out of the room and thinking they are village people here. So sit back, relax, you're safe. You're safe. So let's go straight to the official launch and unveiling of the FMBN Diaspora Mortgage Loan. Let's begin with a countdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations. Congratulations. Is that, are we done? More? No. One second. To declare the portal open, I'd like to call on the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, the Right Honorable Yusuf A. Asa, to please help us to declare the portal open.
Before I say, maybe my farm should launch, because he's our Chief Accounting Officer of the Ministry. He's also the Chief Accounting Officer of Federal Mortgage Bank. They are all working under him directly. So, but they said I should do it. I wanted the permanent secretary to say something, also to participate. So come, my permanent secretary. So on behalf of the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, I would like to declare this, is it an occasion or the launching of the Federal Mortgage Bank loans to our brothers and sisters in diaspora. Declare it open. Thank you. Notwithstanding, I would like him to say something also.
Sir, can you join them for photos as well?
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Distinguished guests, Your Excellency,
Your Excellency.
This is an opportunity for all of us Nigerians, the opportunity to to access a financing solution towards acquiring our own homes, regardless of where we are around the world. I am privileged to have had the opportunity to speak with you, granted me by the Honorable Minister. Perhaps we will, over the near future, see a lot of contribution from members in this room and outside, all around the world, towards houses in the diaspora, in Nigeria, by diasporans. As the MD has said, there are quite some products, even outside what is launched today, that will be available for you if you are so interested. You will do well to look at their website, study it, make phone calls, relate with their representative here, and as well as ask questions immediately outside this hall in order to be able to quite get a grasp of what is going on and the opportunities available. I want to thank you all for having come. I want to thank you for your audience and for all the goodwill that we all share. Thank you very much.
I hope you have seen the wisdom why I said he has to commit himself. He's the chief accounting officer, so all your money in his hand is supervising the bank as a whole, as well as Federal Housing Authority. So maybe I would like the Honorable Ambassador also to say something. So.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I've said all I want to say, but let me answer a question that was asked and isn't fully answered. The question becomes important. Someone asked, contact point for the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. The Nigeria High Commission is the contact point. We host other government institutions right now, such as National Universities Commission, the JAMB, and the other relevant agencies. Therefore, the logical place to go is there. We are pleased to host you and give you opportunity to fly your wares. Thank you.
So you have another guarantor now. Apart from the ministry, you have another guarantor as well. So, Madam, please.
Well, the day is finally here, and we're proud and happy today that finally we have the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria / NiDCOM Diaspora Mortgage Loan finally here. Woo!
Okay, thank you very much, Your Excellency. Yeah. Yes, sir. Photograph session quickly, and then we go to vote of thanks. Over to you. Oh, my God, this time. I need to show. Okay, let me just show today. Yeah, thanks. We need to do this quickly. We still have the reception. Hold on. Don't want anybody coming over. Yeah, good evening. All right, we're going to take vote of thanks. We're going to go straight to vote of thanks by the chairman, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Diaspora Launch Committee, Mr. Ibidapo Ojojukom. Over to you.
Can we all sit for a minute, please?
Can we all be seated, please? Can we all be seated just for 2 minutes? Please, we need everyone seated just for 2 minutes before we go to refreshment. We just need 2 minutes of your time more to go, please. Crazy. Can we be seated just for 2 minutes, please, Your Excellency? Come on, stand here and do it.
Please, we are about to wrap up. Let's sit down. 1 minute and we are done. Please, let's take our seats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's settle down. We're almost done. Thank you for your patience. Just of times and we'll wrap. So let's sit down, please. Hello, sir. Please, let's take our seats. Please, please, please. Thank you.
All right. I'd like to quickly, for 1 minute, call on the NIDO Europe Chairman, Sir Chibuzo Ubochi, to say a few words. These are people that will push the product to diasporans. So please, let's quickly listen to him.
Thank you. Sometimes when you are last, it's all the best. About 2 years ago, our dear president came to the UK, went to America, went over Europe, and established an organization called Nigerians in Diaspora Organization. You are part of it. We are part of it. That was about 20 years ago. That was history. We are part of that history. Move forward, about 2017, we fought, we lobbied, and NiDCOM was born. We are part of that history. You are part of that history. That was NiDCOM. And we are proud to have NiDCOM as ours. Again, today, history is being made. And 2026. We have been lobbying. We have done everything possible, worked with ASO savings, different mortgages, and we have not achieved it. Today is history. And I'm grateful that I'm part of that history, and we are all part of that history. Today, we are going to own houses in Nigeria. It's something that some of us don't understand the magnitude. My children will have reasons to go back to Nigeria. Their children will have reasons to go back to Nigeria. Their children will have reasons to go back to Nigeria. Remittances will end soon. The $24 billion you hear about, it will end soon. When my parents are no longer there and I cannot remit money to them, it will end. But because of this housing project, it will rise again. It will rise. I'm grateful I've been called to just have this word, and I'm happy to say today I bring greetings from NIDO Africa, from NIDO Asia, from NIDO Americas, from NIDO Europe, and from NIDO Oceania, the 5 continents of NIDO. They are all here present, and they will be hearing about this. So thank you very much. and we make history today, and we are all part of that history.
Thank you very much, Sir Chibuzo Ubochi, Chairman NiDCOM. Over to you, the Chairman of this lodge, Mr. Ibidapo Odojuko.
Let me first thank God Almighty for today, for us witnessing today. I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry, Your Excellency, a little story. I think it was in 2010, a young man joined the Federal Mortgage Bank. In 2014, he was made to head a group called the Special Products Group. And this young man delivered or developed the first product paper of the Diaspora Housing Loan. Now that young man is today the managing director who is actually bringing to life that he developed over 10 years ago. I'd like to express the thanks of the board, management of staff, to Your Excellency for taking the time to be with us today, for spending this much time with us. Honorable Minister, sir, for coming all the way from Nigeria and supporting us every single step of the way, everything we do. I appreciate it. Permanent Secretary, you are our G, you are our man, and will always be. Honorable Abike Dabiri, my sister, thank you for being so gracious. We upset you once in a while during this course, but your graciousness has been very valuable to us. And we thank you for the support and the advocacy right from the beginning of this, even before some of us joined the bank. We appreciate you. And for all of our guests, we thank you for believing in the bank. We know a lot of you have gone through, I'm sorry, I must thank the CBN. I cannot forget our regulators. Apart from the fact that the man who came to represent CBN was my classmate in school, and I basically ambushed him. But we appreciate the support that the CBN has given us. Without that support, it would have been difficult for us to stand up here today. And I know that because of that support, a lot of people here are confident that we will be accountable for what we have promised we will do. And so thank you all so much for coming out. The next phase now starts, which is when you guys start getting onboarded. And I think that can start right tonight. Thank you, God bless you, and wish you a safe journey back.
Thank you very much, Mr. Odojukan. So we're going outside for more networking and refreshment. I've been your MC facilitator, Donyola. Thank you so much. It's been a successful launch.
Stop recording. Stop recording.
Yeah, you can stop that one now. Thanks. Then the audio recorder, sound recorder now. Press the red button, the stop button. Thank you.
From someone